Suzanne Canella and Lakshmi Rao Sankar from Crimsonrise. Good morning, ladies. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so can you tell us a little bit about your organization and how it was founded?
Our story begins with four amazing autistic young men, Nick Diamora, Christopher Poleo, Tejas Rao Sankar, and William Jacino. For a very long time in their lives, they were understood to be not competent, lack cognitive capabilities, and were in programs that didn't recognize who they were and what their intellectual capability was.
Yeah.
And then they met Suzanne Canella, who is an S2C practitioner, and they gained their voice using spelling to communicate. And that really was just the beginning, because the minute we began to understand that they had not just this incredible, powerful, expressive capability, but they knew what they wanted from life, and they were fierce advocates. And so they got together as founders with 12 kick-ass practitioners and created Crimsonrise. And they call the shots.
Yeah. So it's incredible. It's incredible, and I can't say enough about it. But I think people might not understand the spelling to communicate aspect. So Suzanne, kind of walk us through, how do you use spelling to communicate?
Yeah, so S2C, otherwise known as spelling to communicate, is a method where we coach the motor to point to letters either on a stencil board like this, or a letter board like this, or even a keyboard. So the autistic person can spell by pointing rather than using the motor of speech to communicate. Because as we know, all communication requires motor, whether you're speaking, whether you're typing, whether you're writing, texting, or even signing. So S2C is just a different motor skill that the apraxic autistic individuals are able to use.
So since motor skills are so critical, is that why you use exercise and physical activity then as part of your mode of therapy?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. The spelling to communicate requires fine motor skill, but we want our spellers to be able to use their entire body effectively and take part in all the other aspects of their life that they want very much to participate in.
Yeah. The autism community is so diverse. There's a term now being used to reflect that. It's called neurodiversity and neurodiverse. So can you explain more about those terms and why the autism community wants to make it more widespread? I work in a developmentally delayed population. I volunteer for one, and it's so important to get the right terminology down to recognize the talents as well.
Absolutely. So neurodiverse is a term that's gaining prominence across many neurotypes. So you have people who are autistic, you have people who have ADHD, we have people who are dyslexic, and they identify as being neurodivergent in contrast to people who are neurotypical. And all that term means is that we have different neurotypes, and we're all part of this amazing neurodiversity.
Yeah, and you say that there's like a mindset about autism that your organization would really like to see change. So what are these three areas that you were talking about that we can all start to be better allies year round?
So what we're really saying is that with our campaign, and for what our founders are really trying to express to society, is that we want everybody to recognize the cognitive capability of non-speakers. We want everyone to help raise awareness, to give them the accommodation, to give them the support, to give them the inclusion that they need, to presume competence in their minds, and to coach their regulation and their motor. So while we recognize and honor their competence, their needs don't go away. We still need to give them the accommodations. We still need to give them access and the autonomy that they seek.
Yeah, I mean, what you're doing is absolutely unbelievable. Where can people get more information, by the way, resources?
So they can come to www.crimsonrise.org and follow us on our social media links. We have a lot of campaigns and awareness about our methodology and the work we do.
Yeah, well, it's really important work that you do, so thank you for doing that. And thanks for joining us this morning as well.
Thank you for having us.
All right. It's a